Well, lads, we'll kick this off, so thank you very much for giving us some time. It's quite late in the evening, 9:45. We're just after ABS Pro 6. History has been made. Dave Richardson takes the title once again, the double champ, Clash of Titans 2, ABS Pro 6. So I have the privilege and honour to be joined by Dave Richardson, the two-time champ, Luke Tolman, a mainstay here at the ABS Powerlifting Series, and of course coming third today, just behind Fernando Arias, and Jake Brennan making a successful return to the powerlifting platform after a bit of a layaway and a couple of injuries, and of course the man behind it all, Jay Farrant. So, gentlemen, thanks very much. Just to get a little bit of a recap, I'll start obviously with Dave coming in strong, two-time champion. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It feels good, but I'm tired now. That was mad. Venue's good. Comp ran smoothly, but yeah, atmosphere was second to none. So yeah, it was a pleasure to lift on the platform again.
I'd imagine it's probably going to take a couple of days to really let it sink in that you're the first man to do this, the Clash title and the Pro title in the same year. It's going to be tough 2025 coming back to defend both belts.
Yeah, the curse is going to hit me good next year. I'm double cursed now. No, it's good. This is what it's about. Now you can probably market it as someone needs to come and get me, and someone needs to come and chase me, and someone needs to come and beat me. So
you need to be dethroned, huh?
It's good for me as well because I'm going to just push even harder than I ever have. So that's what it's about.
I think obviously you're going to the States, but there's going to be a bounty. We're going to have to bring back the bounty.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a great idea, man.
There's no one left. No.
Put a bounty on his head.
Well, even thinking about it from a storytelling standpoint, which is a big part of what the series is, we talked earlier on that you had your bit of a rivalry with Jesse Moore in the early days, and then Luke actually had a bit of a knock off Jesse. Cleaned his clock now, obviously, when they did go head to head, but still. And then we've seen recently Dave and Fernando. Dave is 2-for-1 over Fernando, so the rivalries are what make it. I wonder now, if somebody were to beat Dave in sleeves in Utah, would they be like, I'm going to come over and beat that motherfucker in Ireland, I'm going to beat him at the Clash?
I hope I do.
I feel Shane Haller is the man to
yeah, he's class.
The big American to come over and challenge both sides. He's already signed up for Clash. I think he'd be a threat, and then obviously Colton and John Hack at Clash. But they've got to do it at Clash, they've got to do it over here. Seen today that some people struggle to travel, so yeah, it's good position to be in. Finally, for me, the starting the ABS series was about putting respect into Europe powerlifting and elevating it. So. Obviously, you three guys have been fundamental to that, and now the Americans are starting to look at us a bit differently. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the nicest thing he's ever going to say to the tree, is that you've been fundamental at, just so you know. I definitely would completely agree. Obviously, Jake playing a huge role in the formative years, creating those rivalries. And then Luke coming in and I think setting a whole new standard. I think you'll agree. When Luke came in, I think that was a whole other level up for us. And we talked a little bit earlier on downstairs, and you said you recognise that Dave has leveled up in the last couple of years and he's just become untouchable. And you think that's going to be the next thing for you to keep up. You're going to have to find that next level. What do you think that's going to be?
Stilts.
Yeah. I just got to keep grinding. I just got to keep doing as he tells me and just keep working. I don't think I was able to fully display what I was capable of. Regardless, Dave would have won today. We all know that. I don't think the placings would have really changed, but just pissed off with the squats, man. I was happy with the bench and deads, but I know I'm better than that.
We've already seen it. You've put up a 1,015 total before. I think you have way more in the tank.
The vending machine. Sorry.
Fucking vending machine.
I'll hit it again in Poland.
I think obviously Luke's the youngest here.
Yeah.
So I think obviously his experience. We forget that he's a young lifter. So I think. It's only a matter of obviously I'm going to be biased as well because I work with him, but I've worked with some of the best athletes in the world. Luke has the consistency, the work ethic, the short arms for bench. But has the talent. You can have all the talent.
Anybody who's able to take the workload that Cunt does, though.
Yeah,
he is a phenomenal lifter, and without doubt, in the next, if he sticks with it and doesn't retire like he did back in 2022. I think he can be fucking.
Did I retire?
Remember you said you were pulling out you were going to go strongman?
Oh yeah, mate, that was fucking lockdown times, and my head was fucked. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted, and I didn't.
But yeah,
I was fucking there.
And the
at that
next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see, you know, a freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A legit freak. Same as Davey, you know, two savages. So, and something that I think was great today was Delroy, 49 years of
Yeah.
age, like taking a swing at. Sorry.
Delroy taking a swing at a 380 pole. He locked it out. Unfortunately, got 2-1 on the Reds. But like, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, talk about changing of the guard with the UK lifters in many ways. Delroy was meant to retire on this meet,
He was.
He's coming back.
and he's
That's
coming.
it.
He's
Yeah,
coming
it's
back
good
for
to
2 more. Like,
You know,
Surprise,
With his
motherfucker.
shoes, you would not retire.
No,
his squats got faster as they went on. It's mad to see that.
he is a fucking amazing lifter. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's true what they say: black don't crack. That dude is fucking savage. You know what I mean? He's and a genuinely nice guy. No matter how serious he looks in photos.
Do you know, actually, I want to ask, because you mentioned there, like Luke obviously being one of the younger lifters on the roster and has so much road in front of him for development, and you're working with him now very, very closely. So like that, I think we've talked about it before, and really with powerlifting, it's not necessarily about outlifting people right away, it's about outlasting them.
It's outlasting.
Jake has said it many times before, there's so many fucking pop culture powerlifters, they come in, they do their 18 months, 2 years, and then they fuck off. Whereas I think you guys are in this for the long haul. I know fucking he is. He'll
Well,
fucking
I'm
kill
an old
himself
cunt.
without powerlifting, you know?
Well, especially if I go back on train.
Yeah. But I mean, as somebody who's been here from the beginning, like in one way as an athlete, it must be tough to see more and more and more top level talent come in. 'Cause like, I have to beat these fuckers if I want to stay in this. But then as somebody who loves the sport as well, you must be like, this is class to see the level that lads like Dave Richardson and Luke Tolman bring it to.
Well, I gotta be honest. Part of me feels sad in that, you know, I'm not fucking there right now. But then that's the little gay part of me. Like, and well, no,
Just that bit.
No,
yeah, the little part. No, and then I look at like these boys coming along. They're lifting. They're, as you always say, the rising tide and all that. And today, for me, okay, I finished on a 970 total, 9 for 9. I was way below where I want to be on squats and bench, especially. But to me, this has been the best meet of my life in so many ways. It's after reigniting so much for me and remembering the joy that I find in powerlifting. And it's getting to compete with cunts like these that really does that for me, you know. I still out-total Luke.
Here, the question, so you've seen Jake from day one, essentially, and this is the first time Jake has gone 9 for 9 since his first ever competition, I think. And yeah,
Since the total.
and a 2.5 kilo deadlift PB for the first time in 5 years. All right?
Thanks for driving that in, yeah? Fuck you.
Do you think he needed this competition?
Power bar as well.
Power bar, yeah.
So I think like for Jake, I honestly haven't seen him. I think the last comp I seen him fully locked in was probably the Series 7. So yeah, I think he needed it. I know I didn't get the numbers, but I felt like it was a bit like the old days in the prep.
Yeah.
Every week you can see the momentum coming, and that's probably the hardest lift PB you've ever had to work for. That deadlift PB. So, and I think going in, we spoke a lot, and it was just this is all to get to clash and put together, just do that 1,000 again, because it's so hard to do it on this platform. Like, yeah, you know, every time I look at it, I'm like, fucking hell, that's so strict. And it's my fault.
It's your fucking platform.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just give me a break. There's no breaks, man. It's just, so it does mean more. It means even more now to see the numbers go down. So yeah, it's good. I think we've got a couple of years left in the tank. Same with all the other boys.
Oh yeah, sure, there's a fucking Masters division now at the Ab Series.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck that.
You'll win that, maybe.
No, I'll never go Masters. I'll always compete open till the day I can't. Fuck that shit, man. For me, like, I'm 36 and 3/4, and you know, look, man, I've got however many meets I've got left in me, big ones, and I'm not going out on that. You know what I mean? I'll go out when I'm ready, and when I'm ready is when I put a big one together, and that'll be that.
Do you know, I have one or two other things I want to ask the lads and run it by you as well, Jay. So we talked about that a little bit here. Some of the first timers really feeling the sting of the standards we uphold here at the AB Series. You guys are all veterans. Jay obviously brought this platform together. If any of these athletes are watching now, you've all been to the top of the mountain. You would have been an ABS Pro champion if he didn't change it back at AB Series 4, but never mind. You don't need to know about that.
I know, but he changed it a week out to come.
No favoritism.
But in any case,
exactly.
if those athletes are watching now, what do you say to the likes of, like, we saw Landry bomb out, we saw Jen bomb out. It's a shit thing to bring up, but it's not the first time we've seen that in the series. Back in April, one of the lads in the prom, a French lifter, can't remember his name, fucking bombed out on commands. Like, what do we say to athletes like this that want to lift at the top level? You guys have been there. You're at the pinnacle right now, Dave.
Yeah.
Wave that finger.
The thing for me is get rid of all expectations of what numbers you want to hit. Because Jake, you've said this many times, like everyone puts what they want or everyone predicts the total that's going to win and it ends up being significantly less, or things don't turn out because it's not just the standards, which I like what you said, it's not strict, it's just doing it as powerlifting should be, which is why I lift here. But it's more the atmosphere and the pace. It is intimidating, like it really is. And obviously we're veterans of this platform, so we know what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
But the first time I came in 2021, I was accustomed to the pace because I was IPF, but the atmosphere, even though Jay, you like 2021.
Yeah, you hated that one. I loved that.
Yeah, it was good.
Live band was fucking sick.
Yeah,
But it was ice cold. The whole place was shivering.
Yeah, it was fucking
Still cool though.
It's that sort of thing, and it makes or breaks you. And just get rid of the expectations of your numbers.
Yep.
Get a coach that knows what they're doing, or get one of the abs coaches.
Or get a hand that's going to fucking knock you back a peg.
Because you can do whatever you like in the gym, in all your previous compositions that don't have the same standard, but you need to just swallow your ego a bit and actually take what's there. And like Jake said, stop trying to win the competition in the warm-up room.
Yeah.
It really does not matter until you get out there, and you know it is an intimidating platform, but that's what makes it so good. I think you feel the same, don't you?
Yeah, I love this platform, but I fucking hate it at the same time. But it makes you better, so that's what it's all about. It's getting better.
Just on that, you two have gone to other platforms, and it's easier, isn't it? That's reality. Is you can go anywhere after doing this meet. Like you can go anywhere in the world, and nothing's gonna phase you. It's not about numbers, but nothing's gonna phase you. There's I've been to all the other meets, and if you can do it here, or if you can even do well here, you can go anywhere else and put it together. So what Dave was saying, just come in with no expectations. If you want numbers, there's probably not the meet to do or the platform to do it on. If you're purely
Unless you're Dave coming out for the last deadlift to
if you're
cut.
purely focused on numbers, probably go somewhere else. But if you want, to try and do both, podium, win a meet, change it up, it's like that's head-to-head competition. That's what the fundamentals of this platform is.
I think that's a major difference with this competition. It isn't about hitting numbers, it's about trying to get onto that fucking podium. Whereas other competitions, it is just a numbers game. You're just trying to put up the biggest total. That's how I view it now. Like if I'm doing a competition that isn't abs, I'm there just to fucking put up a monster total. Whereas here, you do have to manage your expectations. You can't expect to match what you've done before because it's just not going to happen. It's been said a million times, the pressure is so much higher here. It's a completely different animal.
I think the rivalries add to that though, because at other meets you might not even know who the other people are, whereas here you've all gone head to head before. We talked about it yesterday at the press conference. You and Fernando were both aware he's about 1 for 1. And I imagine that probably led to some of, particularly for him, that guy, I think he needs an off season. That guy's done a lot of meets. But
he said that after. He's like, I need an off.
Yeah.
He's tired.
He's tired, man. And I don't mean that in any way a knock on the man, because he's a fucking phenom.
Yeah.
But you only do this for so long, kind of back-to-back meets at the level he's at, before you go, do you know what? I hate this sport.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when you have a hate in your heart for it, it takes a long time to find the love for it again, you know, because it's very easy to burn out with powerlifting.
Yeah.
You know, it really is.
As you said, that's why a lot of the young ones, 2-3 years,
Yeah.
they get to a point where they have to really, you know,
Grind.
the meets are not 9 for 9 because they're going like 7, 8 for 9, leaving total, they just disappear. So,
I mean, how many times have we seen it in abs?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm with abs since 2018. You know, 100 plus lifters.
Yeah, easy.
Easy 100 plus lifters. You know,
Come and go.
come in, they start up, say a year, 2 years, and it's not like they go to other clubs because, well, even if they do, they usually quit anyways. But they're not going to get any better after they leave abs.
Soft.
Soft.
But, you know, just speaking of that then, as athletes, I think everyone's probably felt that burn, like, oh man, fuck powerlifting, just a little bit. But have you felt that as a promoter? Have you been like, man, fuck this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some days I just think, what else can I do in my life? I'm too far in now. Could I just become like a security guard or something?
He tried to make a really hard pivot to being like a UFC cornerman there for a
Yeah.
while. He was like, get me out of this fucking
Yeah,
thing.
He fucking hates powerlifting.
I honestly do think sometimes. But
What would you do if you weren't in the trenches of this shit, man? Really? Because
Like,
honest
you
to
know
God,
what?
I don't think any of your skills apply anywhere
Serial
else.
killer.
yeah.
Oh, he's a serial killer. No, he's too sloppy.
What it'd be for me is when the day that like the core people possibly go would probably be because it's not like it's the people like today it's just the people. The venue was amazing, but it still didn't. I don't know. It didn't feel as maybe because it's a new venue. It didn't feel the same, but like I think there's a lot of new people there. So yeah, for me it's the people, the lifters. If they go, then I'll go. Like your Knowles,
No,
your
you
Louise, your
won't.
Karens,
No, you won't.
you guys. I will.
You won't.
I will. No, if the core people just like
Oh, they have the core people, but
phase
you've
out.
always like, I mean,
because there is a
the
new.
OGs
There is a
are in
new.
this sport and they're here forever, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I look at the lads and myself, even when like I'm old and decrepit, well, older
More
and
old
more
and
decrepit
decrepit.
than I am now. Even then, when you know what I mean, I'll still be around.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well, yeah, not necessarily lifting, but
yeah, it's
you know
culture.
things
It's a
can
culture,
change.
though.
You know, but and then we need sponsors. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
But
Guys, please pay Jay more money.
No, the reality is, if it gets to a point where I don't think it can get bigger, I'm not going to be motivated. You know, I'm financially and mentally bought into the idea of it being massive. So if it gets to a point where it's like, it's just I don't believe it, I can bring it to another level, then what's the point? You know.
That's fair.
But you mentioned there with the new venue, and I like that if there isn't a next level up for it, where do you go? Man, like, I think this really demonstrates, and you guys can probably speak to this. I'll be last Jay in a moment, but like, you've all lifted in the Abs Powerlifting Club numerous times. It's definitely the home of the series. You can feel it in the walls of the place. If walls could scream, you know what I mean? Yeah. But in any case, you've probably had some of your best and worst moments in that gym, on that platform. And I think it's fair to say we probably outgrew the place back in 2021, but it is the home of the series. This is the first time we've had a domestic series outside of the Abs gym in Ireland. How do you guys feel it went? Dave, particularly, being the two-time, you know?
Yeah, I had an awful Abs Pro last year, but I've also Clash this year. But there is a different feel about Abs in the gym. But there's only so many people you can cram in there, and so many weights you can cram in there. Especially at Clash next year, if everyone turns up what they're supposed to do, we ain't gonna have any room. But I absolutely love that atmosphere. It just adds to the pressure. It's just like old school. I really do like it. When he told me he was moving it. The pro this year to another venue, I was like, I'm a bit of an old school fan of Abs gym, but yeah, that gym is just something else. You can feel it when you walk in. There's everything that's on the walls, I think, shows what it's all about, and it's all about the people, and it's all about what gets done there. So yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm glad that Clash is there again next year. Because that'll be absolutely class.
Yeah, I definitely. I think Clash Titans 2 is probably the favourite series I've been at and I've been at pretty much all of them. You know what I mean? I think maybe except 8, but I've been at all of them, all the huge ones. You know, so like that for you then as a champion, and Luke, former champion as well. When you guys obviously don't live in Ireland, you're not in the club all the time. What's it like when you walk back in after months away? Do you feel the atmosphere? You're like, all right now.
It feels like home for me.
Yeah.
The best and worst moments there. You can probably.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Feels like a second home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The place is special, but it's just a warehouse unit in Finglas. But
Yeah.
That's the joke, isn't it?
fucking the most ridiculous shit has gone down there. Legends have walked in them doors and walked out again and been humbled and fucking
Floor.
yeah. And it just like it eats you up. And I think that's pretty damn cool, to be honest. Like there's no other place like it.
Yeah, you're the guy that's been there since the old gym back on the Ballyboggin Road to the new gym now in Finglas, and bringing it. We've brought it to Scotland, brought it to Cologne. It's gone to Utah. It's going to even more countries.
For you, wasn't it, mate?
It's going to
You
even
should've
more
got a different
countries
van.
next year.
You were fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm doing, mate.
But what? So obviously running a venue like this, it is a big step forward. But I do think there's a certain magic that is in abs powerlifting.
Yeah, it's only until today that I was just like,
Bring me home.
this isn't abs. Like the squats are brilliant. Like looking down there, I was just like, this is like UFC style, but it was missing something.
Raw. There's something
Yeah.
just raw about
I mean-
abs. When you're home, it's like
Yeah.
it's yours. You get to do whatever the fuck you want.
I just feel like, even like people going to train, like, cause I'm in there every day. I literally live in there. So, but yeah, no,
Comfiest bed in the place.
today kind of, it's made it. It's going to be a tough call now next year because it did feel, although this felt prestigious still, it like I said, it's not.
vote
It felt
take
like
it
it
back.
wasn't Anfield.
Take it back there.
I think
This was more like
bring it back.
one of them new stadiums, you know?
Yeah.
That's it, like football. This is like one of them new stadiums, whereas the Abs HQ is like Anfield.
You've
Or
got
Borussia
all these other comps
Dortmund.
at all of the places. I
They-
think you should keep Pro and Clash.
Yeah,
Keep Pro and Clash at Abs because
I
obviously
think so.
it's expanded now. You're in
Yeah.
America, South Africa next year, England.
Yeah, because
But
I agree
the
with
two
that.
main
Yeah.
events, it goes back to home, and then like the atmosphere gets you, and it's just, I think that's where you should go. No disrespect to what this has been cool as
Yeah.
fuck, and it was needed, and
Yeah.
it was a good
You had to
venue.
try
But
it.
it did, like Fernando said as well. It just doesn't feel the same.
yeah. It's not. Yeah, I get it.
Even
I
though
get
it was still a flawless production, but there's just something about winning it in Abs that is just so
More
much
historic in a
better.
way.
Yeah.
Well, because you've got it all around you. You've got
Yeah.
the previous champions are looking at you the whole time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
looking down at
Yeah.
It's the blood, sweat, and tears, the history of it all. Like we're only there since 2020,
But
but it feels like there's more history in.
I feel the old gym is there. You know,
Yeah.
remember it took a couple of years, but like
Yeah.
there's been so many
So much history has gone down.
ups and
now.
downs,
Yeah.
COVID, comps. You've seen it all there.
Yeah.
So
Like there's so much history in that new place.
yeah,
Like in comparison to the don't get me wrong, the space of the old gym.
Even I agree, and I don't train there.
Yeah.
But I've been there,
Six, seven
Yeah.
times.
7 times.
And like the space in the old gym was great in one way, but like something about Abs. I know Joe the Beard hates it, but like something about the new HQ and the history of it all. Like even the pressure. Don't get me wrong, it was great. Today was amazing seeing all these folks down here, upstairs, all that jazz. It was fantastic. But like, you look at Clash. I mean, I was only spotting. But you look at Clash and everybody there, they fucking stacked on top of the lifters.
Yeah.
Like, this was good, but it was no pressure. I mean,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pressure from the crowd, like they nearly
they're nearly pressing up on you. You know, that's
Do you think they felt a little bit too disconnected from the action downstairs? Because even though it was, I still think it was set up really well here today. But do you feel like the audience felt too far away in comparison to back at HQ?
I think if we brought the platform back 10, 15 foot and brought more people down into the crowd, into the platform, you know, kind of how we are at Abs Pro or at Abs HQ, I think you would find that this place would have an even greater vibe again, you know what I mean? But, go back home.
Yeah,
Back home, man. That's where it's at. Like, that's what it's all about.
Because what I was going to say is I was thinking maybe Clash for sure, because you're just trying to put up the biggest total. But I was thinking initially maybe running the Pro in these types of venues is good because it's meant to be the strictest standards, the toughest environment. So this is kind of a level playing field. But I actually agree now with what Dave said in hindsight, because one of the big things I think you definitely wanted to prove is that Abs is a product you could run outside. It's not just a gym meet. You can run this anywhere. And you're proving that now with all the international meets we're doing. So maybe domestically keeping Abs Pro
in the house.
Clash in the club is the way to go.
Yeah.
Save us a bit of money as well.
Maybe run. Well, that's the other thing. Like the financially, it makes sense to do it in the gym. But just like, you know, seeing all the winners, the ups and downs, and it's kind of like I feel like it's redemption. If you have a bad meet there, you go back
to do it at home there.
Like you, Luke, you winning Pro-Am that time was like to go back and do it in the same spot. And
It's one of my favourite competitions, even now. Like,
Same
it was
years,
just
Dave,
redemption.
You know? Probably will put it back there next year. And today didn't excite me as much as.
He'll watch it back.
Today didn't have that like
magic.
Even the tunnel, like having the L tunnel.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going out, and then you have all the crew in the tunnel. And you come back, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that was lacking today. There was no buzz in the tunnel. There's all these little things. Just was a little bit different, but you know. It is what it is.
So safe to say 2025 Abs Pro and Clash of Titans 3 are going to be at Abs HQ.
Yeah, I'm pretty 90% sure, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, unless you have any final words, thank you very much for your time. I will let the final word be on the lifter side from Dave Richardson, the two-time champion, and then we'll get the final word from Jay Farrant.
No focus on this.
It's a pleasure to lift on this platform. I say it all the time. There's no platform like it, and to be a double champ, that's just ridiculous. So it won't sink in for a while. I know it's only powerlifting, but this is sort of my identity, and
It's our lives.
I'm trying to create a legacy, and obviously we work hand in hand. I'm proud to be an Abs franchise lifter. It's an opportunity that I didn't see coming my way. So as I keep saying, I owe it to what you've given me to just level it up, and I think that's what we need. But yeah, everyone, if you think you can beat me, then have a go.
Yeah, baby.
But I'm keeping hold of 2 belts.
More, baby.
Any closing words?
Yeah, just obviously you 4 guys.
There's 3 of us.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
You 4 guys. And I say 4 because this is just maybe not, you know, you kind of, Jake, you were with me from the start, 2018, so was Ian. Yeah. But I think you 4 all know that Abs, obviously I get all the credit, but you 4 specifically have been a big part in this success, you know, at certain times. So, no, just thanks. Thank you. And I'm Mario, yeah. You weren't there a minute ago.
I'm Mario.
Oh, but like there's a core group, so
Yeah,
you guys are specifically part of that. You know, you're all gonna come and go in your peaks, but like you're a big part of the success. So just thanks, yeah. And see you.
We ain't going nowhere, man.
Nah, fuck that, man. Live and die this shit. I love it. Today was the best day I've had, and in years. So, yeah, it was a pleasure to compete against all these cunts, and I genuinely mean that. They're good cunts, and like Jay's still a shit coach, but like, I mean, I had to fight with him to wrap my knees on time today, but you know, whatever.
You got 3 squats.
Yeah. Lads, thanks very much. Appreciate the chats.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cool.